Well, g'day everyone. I wanted to do this as a live, but I never realised that the channel had to be clicked on for lives, and it's going to take another 24 hours, so I have to basically do it as a recording. But I do want to start coming on and doing live chats with all of you guys. Wanted to talk to you today about the latest release of iOS 15 and to see how that relates with the iPad, particularly the M1 version, because if you have got the latest iPad, it really is a disappointment with what they've released with that version, and particularly because we don't know yet whether it's even going to address the extra RAM that's used in the iPads. At the moment, I think it's limited to 5 gigabytes, of RAM, whereas the new ones have 8 or 16, depending on which version of iPad you have. So really, if you have got that amount of RAM and it's not going to be utilised at all, it's going to be a real shame for those people, particularly that spent more on the really high-end models. I think, like everyone, I was sort of expecting them to announce high-end features. Things like Final Cut, Logic could be on there, and I'm surprised that they didn't offer anything like that. And in fact, they really didn't change anything with the file system at all, really, that's worthy, apart from the fact of now you do get a display showing you how long something's going to take to copy, which really is a nice feature, because before, if you were dragging big video files across, you had no idea how long it was going to take until it was completed. So at least now you have a menu bar that shows across, and you can see how long it's going to take. But I thought I'd just take you through. Now, look, I've just installed it. I paid for the developer, and I've just installed it on my computer now, so I thought we'd have a look at it. So I'm looking as raw as what anyone else is. So let's switch over to the other camera. We'll look at the iPad. So the main thing I noticed straight away was that your widgets now have completely changed. Now, they don't stay on the window anymore like they used to. They will just be as they are there, and when you swipe back, they're gone. So you can't keep those widgets in that sort of place. But you do get widgets now on your desktop, which is nice. So you can actually, just put whatever you like on there. And like I said, I've still got to play with all of these. There still is no weather app. I mean, if I click onto here, it will open up a browser, which is really silly. I can't believe they still haven't got a weather app. But if you did want to move this around, you can basically click anywhere and then drag it to wherever you'd like it to go. So you have got now full access of where you wanted these to go. And that's a really nice feature. I think that's great, in fact. You've also now got down here where you can store all your apps in the app library. So that's also a nice thing, because I did love using that on the mobile phone, on the iPhone, and I really hated it being missing here. So it is a great way of keeping all your apps organized, and then you can search if you like through here and go through the whole thing and search that way as well. So, that's a really nice feature. There's also notes. If I click down the bottom right-hand side and click up, there is notes now that is sort of relating to every single app that's in there. Well, I think it's every app, and it sort of stays with that app that is there. So it's really nice. So that's available now as well. So that's really good. And if you go from the bottom left-hand corner, that's how you do your screen grabs now. So that's there too. So the bottom right-hand is your notes app. The bottom left-hand is your screen grab. Nothing top right-hand side or top left-hand side. If you go from the top down, you still have your notification center that will show up as well. And if I scroll up from the bottom, you'll see all of your open apps that are available as well there too. Now, there's one really nice feature about this too. Your multitasking will work here as well. So say, for instance, I wanted to use YouTube, which is here, and I want to drag over my Siri into that. I can hold this down and then drag that in to that, and then they'll open up apps side by side. That is a really nice feature, and I probably will use that an awful lot. Just to sort of show how this works as well, if I scroll down here, let me open up something else. Let me open up Safari. If we want to make Safari full screen, there's 3 dots up the top. If I click into here, you can see that there's full screen up the top. There's also a half. If I click half and half, it will sort of push it across like that, and then I could open up, say, the music app would open up sort of side by side next to it like that. I don't think it's... Oh, yeah, there you go. It's come up now. So that's a really nice feature. Again, you can just sort of close that down and move it away if you wanted to get rid of it, and just bring this one back if you wanted to go that way. So you'll also notice if I open up Safari, I'll get these are like I'm showing down the bottom down here. Now, that's great because you can just click between these. So say, for instance, at the moment I was just searching for pizza. Well, I can click down the bottom here and I can immediately go to the weather app, or I can click through here and go back to the pizza. So that's nice as well. It's just another way of multitasking. And like I said, again, you can do it this way if you like. And again, just closing apps, you just sort of scroll up like that and the apps will disappear. Files, I don't think anything really has changed. It looks like it's basically exactly the same to me. Like I said, really the only thing I think has changed, I've got to have a better look at it, is that you now get your timeline showing, which is a really nice feature as well. All the apps seem to work, which is surprising, seeing this is the first version of the beta. I did notice too that in the camera now you have got portrait mode. If you'd like to do that, it will go portrait and come back. Let me just see if I can bring it to the front. Now it's going to be very noisy because I'm here, but you can change the depth of field by moving this. You can see there that that's really out of focus in the background, and then you can sort of bring it up through here as well. So that's quite nice. You also can have, I believe, a page with no icons on it at all. So that's something else, if you did want to do that, that you could have that too. But yeah, I mean, look, what do I think about it? Well, let me just switch back. I do have to have a much better look at it, which I will. But I'm a little bit disappointed because I really think now the M1 iPad particularly is being underutilized with its power, and that's a real shame. I really was hoping that they'd sort of take this to the next level, and I feel really sorry for people that have bought the real high-ended one unless they bring out something that will utilize all that memory there. It's almost, why would you bother even upgrading? So I think that's a real shame. I'm a little bit disappointed too with the file system. I wanted it to go more like the desktop computers, which is a shame that, you know, that sort of hasn't happened. And overall, I think it's a real bit of a nothing release, really, to be completely honest. If you're looking at an iPad release, I think, in fact, it was probably the weakest release of the whole show. I think everyone else got more out of it than what the iPad did. Anyway, let me know what you think down below. I'd love to know your opinions, and I might talk about some other things of this in the coming days, so stay tuned for that. Apart from that, everyone, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.